Yo, what is up, my beautiful people? Here on the Barely Average Dude channel, you know I talk a lot about handheld gaming devices, and I love them. But one of my actual favorite types of technology is actually VR and AR. You can see I've been in the VR and AR space for years now. I got the Quest 1. This is before Meta took over. Then we come down to the Meta Quest 3. I've been rocking with AR since the early days. I have the original Rokid glasses here with the blackout visor. I got the N-Real glasses. That's right, N-Real. This is before they switched to X-Real. Can you see that there? That's N-Real, before they even switched to X-Real. And I have the more recent Visor Pro AR glasses. So it's safe to say I love this type of technology, this immersive technology for entertainment and also for gaming purposes. I just love this technology. This is one of my favorite types of technology. So today I am excited to show you guys what is inside of this box. That's right, we got a prototype today. And I'm excited to show you guys this. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff so we can come to you with more Barely Average Dude content. Now, this one is special. So before we open the box, I'm gonna tell you guys that this was sent to me by the company, by ELO. I have worked with them in the past. They make one of my favorite gaming controllers. This right here, the ELO Vagabond. Now, this is not an ad, but I made a video about this. One of my favorite controllers. It has awesome features, one of the best controllers on the market. So ELO knows how to make a good product. I wouldn't tell you guys or show you guys anything that I wasn't sure about or that I didn't stand behind. Now, let's get inside of this box here. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. You've already seen the thumbnail, you know what it is, but I have to do a dramatic reveal for dramatic effect. Here it is. Someone hit the music, hit the song. Check this out. Now, it's bare buns in here, you guys, because they sent me this. It's number 12 of 20, I don't know, but it's number 12 of something, and they didn't have much going on in the prototype packaging, but here it is, you guys. Here it is. This is the ELO Sentinel AR XR glasses. Check this thing out, you guys. This is sick. Now, this is an early prototype, so this is nowhere near the final version, but they sent this out to show you guys. They have a Kickstarter that's live right now, but I'll leave a link in the description. I just want to say, you know, disclaimer, I'm not being paid to show you this at all. They didn't send me any money. They just sent me out the prototype because we have a relationship from a previous review I did for them, but I'm not being paid to tell you this, and I wouldn't show you guys anything I didn't believe in. And now, this is a prototype, but the final version is on Kickstarter right now. I'll leave a link in the description. Make sure you check that out, and tell them that Barely Average Dude sent you. It does support the channel, so shout out to everyone that does use that link. But like I said, I'm not being paid, but check this thing out, you guys. Now, this is a prototype. I want to tell you what the prototype is lacking and what the final version will have, and I'll tell you what the prototype does have that makes me excited for the final version. So the prototype, it doesn't have the final build quality at all. This thing is very fragile, and the CEO did send me an email telling me that I should be careful with this thing. It's very fragile, and the final version will not be as fragile. Now, I believe them, and they say it will be good in the final version because the build quality on this is top notch. This thing is awesome. So ELO is no stranger to delivering a quality product. So I believe them when they tell me that the final version of the ELO Sentinel glasses will be top notch. So the build quality is not the best. This is a prototype, you guys. What do you expect? It's number 12 of 20 or whatever it is. It's number 12. It's early on in the prototyping phase, but the final build quality will be good. Now, another thing that this doesn't have that the final version will have is the adjustments, the myopia adjustments. This is just a cute little placeholder, but you will have the adjustments for your vision to be able to move the lenses and the display in a way that can get the best clarity for your eyes. So that is good to see. We see that on like the Visor Pro glasses have that dial there. Now, another thing that is not final is the connector, and I'm going to connect it up to a device so you can see the displays actually do work. This is a USB-C connector. The final version will be a magnetic connector similar to the Visor. So the final version will have a magnetic connector like this. That's going to be much more convenient than plugging in a cable every time. But I will say, I could go either way because I like the cable, the USB-C, because then you can use a different cable. It doesn't have to be like a proprietary cable. You can get an even longer cable if you like, but I do like the convenience of like the magnetic cable. So I could actually go either way. They both have their pros and cons. USB-C is easy to replace, of course, but the magnetic connector is more convenient. I'm happy to go with the magnetic connector for convenience sake. You know, gamers love convenience, but I will say I could go either way, but this is just a placeholder. Don't expect USB-C on the final version. Now, another thing that's not final on this prototype is the comfort. So this is like a placeholder. The comfort on the nose pad on the final version will be much better than this, and you can rest assured that it will be interchangeable and customizable for the best fit for different people. Another thing that is not final but makes me excited about this is the displays. Now the displays in here, even though this is a prototype, the displays in here are some of the best displays I've seen on any AR glasses to date, and they're gonna put the latest and greatest displays in the final version. This is just a placeholder. They're gonna be using the best and biggest AR displays from Sony. If you didn't know, Sony pretty much makes all the displays for these AR glasses. The latest and greatest, brightest and biggest are gonna go onto this device here. So the displays have me excited that they're gonna be even better than what's on here, because the one in the prototype was already good. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna put in the final version. Let me just connect this up so you can see that this thing does work, and even the prototype is working. Maybe it'll give you a little bit of confidence in the final version. Let me connect this up. Okay, so I got it connected up to the MSI Claw now, but you can see in there, we have the display. It actually does work. You can see the displays in there. Look how bright that is. It's very bright, very clear, very crisp. It's really hard to show AR glasses on the camera because it's just a little display, but when you put it on your face, it looks huge. But you can see the displays in there. The colors look amazing. We got that beautiful micro OLED, and this is just a placeholder. So just imagine the final version with the latest and greatest, biggest displays that AR has to offer. So that gets me excited for the final version. And another thing that gets me excited for the final version is the design. So the display and the design. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. And in my thumbnail or title, whatever, I talk about the vibes. And this thing is vibes over 9,000, because I know that a lot of AR glasses now are moving towards this style here, where they try to look like normal shades or normal glasses, but they never really get quite there, because you can still see this big chungus part here where the lenses and display have to go. But with this one, you can see it's not really trying to be normal glasses. This is more like a visor, or like a pit viper, or something like snowboarding visors or goggles, similar to that. And I think the aesthetic one here is over 9,000, because it just leans into that gamer aesthetic. Now, I'm not one that needs everything to be RGB and flashy and over the top, but as far as having an aesthetic that is futuristic, that is bold, and is just a vibe, you can see this is a vibe, and this is more like, trying to fit in. This is more like, let's stand out and let's show them that, we in business as, gamers here. So I do think that the design is nice, but let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want a more muted, like glasses style design, or if you want the design that kind of stands out and has this, futuristic visor type style to it. Let me know what you guys like in the comments down below. But I will say, this is a hot take. This is a hot take, for anyone that's still watching. I will say I like this design. Now, I'm not an engineer. This is just my, purely burly average dude speculation. I like this design because it's, as a platform, there's a lot more space in there for bigger lenses and displays down in the future. So you can see here, we have a lot of space on all directions to put bigger lenses, bigger display as time goes on. Maybe you can even see something like this in the future that's a full, like, immersive VR experience. But something like this, they're kind of, in a box where they have to keep making it look more and more like glasses, and people expect it to be smaller. But with this, they already have a platform where they have a lot of space in there. So as technology improves, as displays get bigger and better, they have a lot of room to put stuff in there without changing their whole design language. Because this, they kind of put themselves in a box. This, they made a bigger box so they can grow into it. Now that's just pure speculation. I don't know what they're gonna do in the future, but I think that as a platform, they have a lot more space to work with in here. And I think we should see this design really stand out. So let me know what you guys think. As always, you know, check that link in the description. This is not an ad. I'm not telling you to buy it. And I always say don't buy a product based on a promise, but I can say that ELO does get the Brilliant Average Dude seal of approval because I've seen them deliver awesome, high quality products in the past. It's not like their first product to market. They know what they're doing and they know how to deliver a quality product. So for whatever that's worth, take my word for it. Check out the Kickstarter and, you know, support the company. Let them know that Brilliant Average Dude sent you. If you use the link, I do get a small percentage. So shout out to you guys if you do use that link. But check it out for yourself. Look at all of the info, the videos, the pictures on the Kickstarter and see for yourself. This is not an ad. I'm not telling you to buy it, but I can vouch for the company and they do get the Brilliant Average Dude seal of approval. Just check that out, you guys. This is dope. ELO is on to something, you guys. Shout out to the CEO for sending these over and trusting me with number 12 of the prototypes. But this is dope. But anyway, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Check this out, you guys. The ELO Sentinel AR glasses. I'm excited, you guys. Let's go.